everybody, it's Beth. I thought I would check in. We're starting month 3 of readings here on the 1st of August, and we've been at this for 2 months. And so I thought I would check in. I managed to underestimate a little bit the thumbnail factor. Evidently, you need a thumbnail for every different day, and most people aren't producing 365 podcasts. I did find a Bible reading on Rumble, a chap that was reading and just changed his day every day. That seemed like a lot of work. And shout out to Lucy's Library for being my Canva guru and helping me by just changing up some of the colors so that I could color code each week. That has proven rather difficult to do on Rumble. It says it'll be updated in the next 30 seconds and then doesn't update it. Brighteon and YouTube have been a little bit easier to at least color code the weeks. And shout out to Dave. You actually saw him on an interview for helping me figure out that I needed playlists, and not just on YouTube, but that playlists could be made in Rumble and Brighteon as well. Someone said to me when I started, because I didn't have the thumbnails right, I didn't have a logo. Shout out to JP for that. And because I didn't have everything ready, someone said, "Oh, you need to watch these guys. These guys will tell you how to do a podcast." And I'm not even going to say their name because it wasn't that important. And it was more about selling things and making a channel. And what I'm trying to do is read the Bible. And not many people are that interested in that, which is a shame because it's fun. Anyway, the point being, I didn't have all my ducks in a row. So the thumbnails, someone else said intro, and then shout out to Tim Pitt because he said, well, maybe you should somehow introduce it a little bit. So I've got a verbiage that I'm saying now that started probably the mid-July or so, where I introduce that, the sentence or two. And then obviously I always end with never walk alone. And that's enough. We always are trying to be fancy, and you need a logo, and you need this, and you need that. And I got a book here, and that's all I need. Speaking of, your Bible has abbreviations. And this is also someone else who made a comment and asked about, well, I don't understand this. It's all gobbledygook. It doesn't make sense. I don't know what these letters are. And I did find out, as you'll come to hear when I was talking to Leah, that Esdras is actually not part of a Catholic canon. It's actually even more extra. It's extra biblical to Catholics because it's not really apocrypha. So it's kind of interesting. Jasher, Enoch, those are extra biblical as well and not part of the Catholic canon. I was very interested in all this and had 20 years ago attempted to read the apocrypha. I think I got to about the Book of Wisdom, and then somehow I saw a squirrel or something and didn't carry on. So I have notes in that book I still have the book from 20 years ago. Anyway, at any rate, sorry about reading you Esdras when I shouldn't have. Maybe the Lord wanted you to hear it. So I also managed to drop off Proverbs. That got a little tedious reading the whole thing of Proverbs. And I said to you guys, the reading would be about 27 minutes. It's pushed down into the 17 to 22 minute range now, which I think is good. Although we are going to pick up Proverbs again in October, and those will be a little bit longer. I felt like 4 times a year was a reasonable amount to read Proverbs. And I'm also going to try and make it through Psalms twice. We'll see. The whole reading plan was Psalm 119. I thought, oh, that's going to be interesting. So going back to those letters and numbers and what that means, shout out to Tyler Woods for suggesting so that he can tell where, if he wanted to read a particular book or something, putting that in the title. I'll work on that, mate. It's going to take me a little bit. But it was a good idea. And some of the confusion in all of that, your Bible does have abbreviations. Google's your friend. Type it in there. We had to. And in fact, amongst Leah and Audrey and Tim and Dave and I, we were like, wait, which bit are we, is this called this? What is this called? It was really funny. And it's been fun. And I appreciate it. And I appreciate you guys going on this journey with me. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of hours, but I'm being really blessed by it. So I hope you are too. If there's something that you want to see me do differently or have some suggestions, please drop them in the comments. I feel like using Rumble and Brighteon instead of YouTube is kind of like cash. We're all lazy, and I'm not yelling at anybody. I am too. It's just much easier with a card rather than having the right change and all that kind of stuff. But in today's world, in Satan's little season, it's going to get harder and harder. regardless of what your eschatology is, I would encourage you to check those out. It's sort of interesting. Brighteon goes by views, not by subscribers. So it's about actually watching, which on some senses makes a little more sense. So hats off to Mike Adams for that. And basically, I have unlocked one level, but I've got 800 views to go before I can unlock the next level. And obviously, I need at least 365 videos. And they said that the reason that they do that is so that people don't use it as video storage, which was really interesting to me. And I didn't know there's a whole set of people that simply watch Brighteon. And also, I'd be interested if you guys want me to expand. Spotify just turned on video, and this is a Bible video cast. Obviously, it's not a pantomime. I'm not using a bunch of characters. I'm just reading it to you, but it's always on video, whether you watch the screen or not. That's how I consume podcasts. And Spotify has just expanded their reach so that they can have video. So if you want to see us on Spotify, please let me know in the comments. Currently, you can pray for me. I just recently got made redundant. So I'm looking for a job, which means I have much more time to do this, but it's paying about 34 cents on Rumble, which is fun and cool because I'm doing it for the Lord and I'm really being blessed by it. But when you're supposed to be doing everything with all the bells and whistles and the intros and the this is and that, and I got a Bible and we're here and we're doing it. Never walk alone.